Hey y'all, welcome to Kamira's Kitchen. Today I am showing y'all an absolutely delicious recipe for shrimp fried rice. Now this is different than your traditional Chinese shrimp fried rice, but when I tell y'all everyone is absolutely going to devour this recipe, guys, you just have to stick around and see what I'm going to put up in this rice. For my rice, I am going to be using jasmine rice. You could use parboiled rice if you want. I don't suggest basmati rice because the grains are so long. I feel like they're a tad bit fragile for this recipe. So I am going to be using 4 cups of rice because I am feeding a crowd, honey. But if you have less mouths to feed, of course, you can pare this down to 3 or even 2 cups of rice. I'm not going to argue with none of y'all about whether or not you should wash your rice. I believe you always need to wash your rice because starch comes off. Sometimes I feel like there could even be like dirt particles and whatnot in the rice. I'm going to wash this rice about 3 to 4 times or until the water is clear or at least clean like it is now. Of course, fried rice is ideally made with day-old rice or at least cold rice. So I am making my rice the day before. I am choosing to make it in the Instant Pot because I feel like that is just the best, easiest device to make rice in. But you can also do this on the stovetop or a rice cooker. The only thing you're going to need to do is adjust the water measurements to that cooking device. Since I am not using day-old plain white rice, I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to prepare this. So in my Instant Pot on saute mode, I have sauteed some onions for about 3 minutes. And into that, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of green seasoning. That is a mixture of herbs and spices. I'm going to link that in the description box to that recipe. I'm also going to add 3 cloves of chopped garlic and a tablespoon and a half of curry powder. This is a Jamaican curry powder, so it's a bit turmeric forward, so it's going to give a beautiful color and a quite subtle undertone of a curry flavor. It's not overpowering, and the flavors are really going to match well with everything else we're going to do in this dish. So I'm going to add my washed rice to my Instant Pot, and I am going to mix it together just to sort of toast off or fry off any excess water that may be on the rice. In the Instant Pot, you use a 1-to-1 ratio of water to rice. So I like to make sure I don't have any excess water over that so that my rice does not become mushy or sticky. I'm going to add my 4 cups of water since I'm using 4 cups of rice. I could use a chicken broth, but I don't have that. So instead, I'm going to be adding about a tablespoon and a half of this chicken bouillon just to give that chicken broth flavor. I'm also going to add a teaspoon of sazon tropical. I think these two pair really well together to give a great flavor to your rice. And then I'm going to put in a bay leaf. I'm going to close the lid, and then I'm simply going to cook this on the rice setting. If you are doing this on the stove top, you will need to add more water and cook this on low for 20 minutes. Once my rice is done, I'm going to fluff it up a bit just to make sure it's not sticky. But guys, this is cooked absolutely perfectly. If you love the Instant Pot, let me know in the description box. I just really love a pressure cooker, y'all. Now, I am going to put this in the fridge to cool overnight, but if you wanted to make this the same day, you could spread this out on a baking sheet and put this in the fridge or the freezer, and it would be good to go in about 30 minutes. All right, y'all, so it is the next day and I'm going to prep my vegetables. As you can see, I have a lot of spring onion. I have a very big carrot, and y'all, of course, we got them shrimps. Baby, the shrimpers was going to make it. Now, if you got a seafood allergy, first of all, God bless you. I pray for you, okay? Because you can't enjoy this deliciousness that is shrimp. But you could also use some cut up chicken thighs. That would work well. I have 2 different size shrimp here. One is a large, another one is an extra large shrimp. I'm going to wash the shrimp and take the tails off the ones that have the tails on them because there were 2 different brands. Prep 2 different ways, and then I'm going to just add them to the same pot, y'all. They're different sizes, but they're going to cook in about the same amount of time. I dried them off, and then I added some olive oil and 1 shrimp bouillon cube. If you don't have shrimp bouillon cube, you can just add a little bit of salt, okay? Or maybe you just don't like bouillon, because some of y'all be talking about the MSG, okay? So you do whatever you like, all right? But this does have a good flavor. I'm also going to add about a half a teaspoon of pepper and a little bit of this fish seasoning. Now this fish seasoning, y'all, ain't nothing but some paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of herbs. So if you don't have this brand, baby, just use that, okay? Now, y'all, if you like this video so far, go ahead and give me a like and drop a shrimp emoji if you're ready to eat. Baby, if you're ready to tear down and throw down, go ahead and give me that shrimp emoji because I know you're ready to eat just like me, okay? Now, y'all, you know when you stir fry, you have to have everything prepped in advance. So I'm going to go ahead and prep my green onions. I'm going to save the little roots so I can grow them in my garden. And then I'm also going to prep my carrot. I'm going to attempt to julienne the carrots. I don't want them in like big clunky pieces. So I'm first going to cut it into about 2-inch sections. Then you want to cut each one of those sections into about 4 pieces. I'm going to stack up the pieces that are from the middle that don't have a rounded bottom, and then I'm going to cut those into sticks. I'm going to make those sticks thin because remember, stir frying is quick cooking, so everything should be thin and able to be cooked in about 2 minutes or less. For the pieces that are rounded, I'm just going to slice those on their own. Now in this recipe, I am going to be using some ginger. It looks kind of funny, but it's just because this is frozen ginger. Frozen ginger is the easiest to grate, and I'm going to grate about 1 inch of this ginger piece into a ramekin for us to add later. If you don't have fresh ginger, you can use a little bit of dried. Now to me, fried rice is not fried rice unless you added some eggs. I don't know what people be doing with this eggless fried rice. Baby, you didn't fry the rice, in my opinion, if you didn't add this. So I'm going to use 3 eggs. I'm going to beat them with a little salt and pepper. And my little trick to get them nice and fluffy is that I add about a tablespoon of water. I'm going to be frying my rice in a carbon steel wok. I feel like woks, they give this flavor to any stir-fry dish. It's called wok hay. It's a charred or a smoky flavor that you can really only get from high heat cooking in a carbon steel or a metal wok. Stainless steel woks, you can't get it in, but of course you can use a stainless steel wok to cook. Now I have heated my wok on a medium heat, so it's like a 5 on an electric stove, until it was hot. Then I added some avocado oil, and once that became hot, I put in a pound of shrimp. I'm going to cook these shrimp for just about 2 minutes at most. If they are slightly undercooked, that's fine, because once you stir them back into the rest of the dish, they will continue to cook. Even though woks are really built for high heat cooking, I don't tend to cook beyond a 5 on an electric stove with my wok because I feel as if the metal is so thin. If I actually cook on a high, I feel like the temperature almost gets out of control. If you have a gas stove, I'm sure you can regulate the temperature a little bit better, but these electric stoves, honey, they will disrespect you and disgrace you as a cook. So I prefer to use a medium heat for this. If you don't have a wok, don't worry, baby. You can still make this recipe. All you need is a big skillet, or if you have a medium-sized skillet, just do this in batches. And you can get the same recipe, okay? And it's gonna taste sure enough good. Once I have cooked all my shrimp, I am going to put in the carrots because they're going to take a little longer to cook. And I'm also going to add in the white onion. This particular soy sauce or Maggi seasoning, I really like. It has a special deep umami flavor. And I'm going to use this. I'm actually at the end of the rope with that one. So I'm also going to use a bit of regular soy sauce too. For additional vegetables, I'm going to put in 1 cup and 1/4 of frozen peas and 1 cup of frozen corn. I'm going to stir fry that with my carrots for just about a minute to allow them to thaw a bit, and then I'm hitting it with a little cayenne pepper. Honey, it's not going to be spicy. Just add you a little bit. All right, it's going to bring out the warmth and the other flavors in the dish. Now it's time to put in this rice. And when I put in this rice, you're going to see that I got way too much rice for the skillet. It's going to look like a whole lot of food because it is. But that's okay. because I am going to make it work. Y'all know what us home cooks do. If it don't seem like it's working out, you make it work. Because the last thing I'm about to do is dirty up another pan. And I wash dishes by hand too and don't have a dishwasher. I'm definitely not dirtying up another dish. So I'm going to just mix this around until the rice starts to warm a bit, and then I'm going to add more of the soy sauce. Now you'll see me add soy sauce at different points in this dish. In total, I'm probably using about 4 to 5 tablespoons. But as you can clearly see, I didn't measure. All right, I did not measure. You add as much soy sauce as it takes to get the flavor that you want. Once my rice has been warmed, I'm going to take out about a third of the rice to make a bit more room at the bottom of the wok. I want to fry up my eggs, and so y'all, I gotta take some of this out to make a little room. So I'm going to put in a little bit of avocado oil and some butter. Don't skip the butter. The butter adds a nice flavor to this rice that is so delicious. Once this melts, I'm going to put my eggs at the bottom. Well, at least I'm going to try to put them at the bottom. There is so much rice in this wok, y'all. I could barely get these eggs to touch the bottom, but they still came out good. It should take about a minute to a minute and a half at most for your eggs to cook. As you can see, pieces of rice just started working their way into these eggs as I was trying to scramble them. Eventually, I just gave up and mixed it together, and the eggs just broke up into their own pieces, which was fine. It added its protein and it added its flavor, and it was very good. So now at this point, my rice is warm. The flavors are mostly where I want them to be. And my favorite thing has happened when you make fried rice. You know when you get those charred bits on the side just from the rice sitting for a while on the heat of the pan? Oh my God, those crunchy bits are super delicious. So I love working those pieces in. I'm going to add in my shrimp and the juices from the shrimp. That's going to flavor this really well. And then put back in that rice that I took out. Pile in all of those green onions, whatever is left, and slowly work this in. When I tell y'all this fried rice is so delicious, let me know if you would serve this as a main dish or a side dish with another protein. Y'all see, I loaded this with shrimp. I won't stingy like the takeout restaurants. You getting a shrimp in just about every bite of this rice. Honey, I gave it to you, and I gave it to you good. Okay, y'all let me know if you're going to make this recipe. And when you do, let me know how much you love it. I'll see you next time in Kamira's Kitchen. Goodbye and God bless.